Right, how you all doing? You know how hard that was to say? I'm having a rough one. Up since 4-ish. I've barely got any sleep. I'm stuck in my own head. Trying to keep busy to not be in my own head. It's not working. I'm keeping busy. Sorting out the podcast. I did that as soon as I got Inky up and helped her with her morning bits and bobs to get ready for work. We had a bit of a chat before she went in for work, which didn't help my mood any. It's not a me and Inky thing, it's a me thing. I don't like that Inky's having to work as much as she works, even though she's in this new place and all that. But I've been desperately looking for regular 9-to-5 stuff that I think I can cope with, which is quite broad, but still things that I think I can cope with. So, for example, no fast food, and no care work. But I've been looking for stuff that I can do, so that Inky doesn't have to work, and plus that'll then keep me busy, keep me out of my own head. I won't have as much downtime as I do now. But everywhere's offering 0-hour contracts, man. 0 hour. I can't live on a 0-hour contract. I can't expect to be able to get Inky out of work by doing 0 hour. So that was a miserable one. I've been looking for a while now and I can't seem to get anything. Which explains why so many people I know are moving away from the town again. Yeah, got Inky into work. Bless her. I've had a little chat with her on the phone. See how she's getting on. She's doing alright, bless her. And then I sorted out the podcast. 2 attempts to get that done. Sorted out the podcast. Sorted out yesterday's vlog. Played a bit of 6-string really badly. My fingers are all over the place. I'm having massive dizzy spells, headaches, coughing up more green stuff than I can. There's more green stuff coming out of my lungs right now than you could scrape off the bottom of a pond. And I've had a call from Scrivs. Just had a bit of a chat with him, which he helped me discover I had a bit of a problem. Not me, but with one of my machines, 2 of my machines actually. I use Signal Messenger. It's a tinfoil hat equivalent of something like WhatsApp. And the thing I like about Signal Messenger is I can use Signal on my laptop and my phone. Majority of the time I use Signal, I am on my laptop. And today I'd sent Inky a message first thing this morning, said that it sent, but said she hadn't seen it, or whatever, and generally it kind of pops up to say that the notification has gone through or whatever. Sent a message to Scribs as well. I was receiving messages, but I couldn't send any. Or they didn't seem to be, people weren't paying attention to them, they weren't replying to them. So I whip out my phone and I send a message to Scribs, because Scribs asked if he can call me up, and I was like, yeah man, sure, give me half an hour. And he doesn't call, and I'm like, weird. I think I'm having a bit of a problem with Signal Scripts, no one's replying to my messages, or maybe it's just because I'm an insufferable tosser today, just no one wants to speak to me. And he's like, I've only had 1 message. I was like, I sent you like 4 at this point. Let me just try and send another one, and pushed it through, and it didn't go through. But the thing is, it was syncing with my phone. So the desktop app and the phone was saying, yeah, look, the messages, they're there, but no one's reading them. So I was like, okay, copy from my phone, paste, send it again. Oh, now people are seeing them. So there's a problem with Signal Desktop. I've been fiddling around with the computers trying to get Signal Desktop sorted on my Arch installs, on my Manjaro installs. The AUR updates weren't working. They were still complaining that they were out of date, so I couldn't send messages. One machine said, yep, we're up to date and we're fine and we're working. Nothing was happening, but it was syncing messages between the phone and the desktop, but it was still receiving messages, so I just couldn't send them. And my other machine ran updates, and it was still saying, it was then coming up, by the way, Signal's out of date, update. And I was like, well, I can't, because it's using Signal. They provide a Debian package, a .deb file, which is like a Windows equivalent of an executable or a Mac .app, whatever it is. They provide a deb file, and I can't use deb files on Arch. So I had a look in the AUR and started digging around, and Scripps was doing the same thing because he uses Signal too. He installed the beta Signal package. That worked fine, and I've gone another route. I've lost all my messages now from Signal Desktop, because it won't sync messages up between phone and whatever. You can, if they are currently linked, they will sync between the two. But if you were to say clear the cache on the computer or clear the cache on the phone, they wouldn't go back. They won't transfer between the two. They won't sync back up. So any new messages will sync up, but the old stuff won't go over. So I've lost all of my messages now on the desktop. But I've gone the snap route, and it seems to be working now. Groovy, having to do basic maintenance on computers just to make sure that people are sending messages, because I'm going to be sending messages to people in the near future, and they are going to have to go through. They are important. So I need to make sure that it is working. Yeah. If you're using Signal, check the AUR and make sure that people are actually getting your messages. Because I just don't like sending messages on my phone. So, that was a bit of a ball ache. In fairness, it's not the first time that Signal has failed on me on the desktop, but at least it was sending the messages to my phone that I was then able to then forward back on to other. I was able to forward on. But after I first uninstalled to reinstall an update, it wasn't even. It was there, but it would not send. It would receive. It wouldn't even sync between the two devices. It wouldn't send. It wouldn't sync, but it would receive. Now I've got it all working by installing the Snap. I don't know how I feel to installing the Snap, but if it works, it works. I can't complain at this point. I'm just going to have to keep an eye on it. But now I've got nothing left to do other than live stream. I desperately want to get everything done so that when Inky comes home, she can just crash out and go to bed. But that's not really going to help, is it? I'll help her, hopefully. But it's not going to stop me from feeling useless. It's one of those days. It really is. And even though I say I want to make everything a fresh start in March, this ain't going to go away. I can't remember if I listed out everything that needed to be done today, but I've got everything done. Can you hear that in the background? One of the greatest films of all time, Demolition Man. Two top films, Demolition Man and Last Action Hero. What do they have in common? The characters that I like the most in those films are the villains. I can always relate to the villain. Yeah, got everything done. Turns out, Signal wasn't the only thing giving me trouble. I'm not getting notifications on a lot of other stuff either. So if you've sent me emails, or if there have been comments or messages, whatever's, I've not actually been getting told that they're a thing. There are still bugs in the system that need to be worked out. Trouble is, they're not my systems. So I can't work out the bugs. I can shout at people until they fix the bugs, but it's not worth the effort right now, is it? Yeah. Everything's done, the wife has come home. I potted about the house. Had a romantic meal for two from the Golden Arches. And I think I'm going to head off to bed. Rinse and repeat tomorrow. Rinse and repeat tomorrow. There you go. So happy one. See you all with like tomorrow. I honestly don't remember what it was I said earlier. Have I missed anything?